新加坡昕余传媒受国际ACC 总会副主席庄燕华女士的邀请，跟随新加坡义诊医疗团赴非洲赖索托做1个星期的特别专访。国际文化记者、学者、作家、诗人韩昕余女士和庄燕华副主席特别策划了3月21日联合国世界诗歌日首次走进非洲孤儿院和部落，成功举办2023世界诗歌节以爱为歌诗歌诵读活动圆满成功。期间，国际文化记者韩昕余女士对赖索托国家前总理、现任卫生部长、义诊医院的院长、医生、当地华商、孤儿院院长及老师代表做了精彩的专访。本视频为第1集。读书是改变命运的重要途径。专访连任4届赖索托国家总理的密西西利阁下。谢谢。好，这里是新加坡昕余传媒。今天我们随新加坡义诊团来到非洲的赖索托阿弥陀佛孤儿院，在这里做1个星期的义诊，非常高兴前总理密西西利先生亲自到孤儿院来迎接义诊团。在这个美好和珍贵的时间，我们对前总理密西西利阁下做一个简单的访问。谢谢大家。
So she'll be doing a very simple interview with just a few questions to ask about anything about the orphanage, etc., and anything related topics as well.
All right.
Yes.
That's fine.
您好。
That's fine, man.
我们了解到您是一位非常资深的学者，而且担任过很多大学的教授。那么您作为一个学者又从政，我们想了解您作为学者从政，您的想法是什么？您在从政的过程当中，您感觉到您为国家和人民做了哪些有意义的事，或者您可以跟我们讲讲您的故事。谢谢。
So Ms. Has is asking so because she believes that you are a learner, and then you have become an instructor for many schools. So as you were doing your job as an instructor, as a teacher, so what is the sort of the purpose, the missions behind all this? Could you explain to her?
Well, I trained as a teacher at university, and I taught for 20 years. Yes, as a university lecturer, and I taught both the National University of Lesotho here in the country for 10 years, and then another 10 years in South Africa at different universities in South Africa. And so that's my true profession, teaching.
那么您在从事您的学者工作、教授工作之后呢，您又选择了从政。那么，并且在您的从政的经历过程中也非常的丰富，而且有波折。在这些年的当中，您为国家和人民所做的贡献，您可以讲讲您的故事。谢谢。
So she's asking that as you have walked the path of being an instructor for quite a decades, and then you have turned to politics, especially become even the 3rd minister as well, from what she has heard. So she wants to know what is, for example, the contributions that you aim to give out to the country through going through this new path as a politician.
Well, the question of my being a politician is one that's very popular with most journalists as to why I went into politics. And my answer to that is always that I joined the Basotho Congress Party as a student at university. I was in the youth league of the party, and when I wrote my 4th year, it was my final year of my 1st degree, our party won the elections, but the Prime Minister then refused to step down. And he declared a state of emergency, suspended the constitution of the country, and arrested the leadership of our party. Yes. And as a member of the Youth League, I was also arrested and thrown into detention. Yes. So I spent a year and 3 months in detention at the maximum security prison in town. And during that time, that's when I decided that when free political activity returns to Lesotho, I will join politics to make sure that no other citizen of Lesotho will go through what I was going through. That was the reason I was thrown into politics, literally, by the then Prime Minister who arrested me and threw me into jail, did not charge me with any crime, but I spent a year and 3 months, 15 months in detention. That's what really motivated me to join politics full time.
Okay.
But then it took long because it took a whole 20 years before Lesotho returned to democracy. And that's when then, in the meantime, I developed a teaching career, 10 years in Lesotho and another 10 years in South Africa, a total of 20 years. Then that Prime Minister was toppled by the army. So we had a military coup, and for some years we were under the military. So when the military decided to return the country to democracy, then I left my teaching career and came home to campaign to be elected to parliament. And that happened in 1993. That's when I went full-time into politics and became a member of parliament in 1993 and Minister of Education and Training. That was my first appointment in cabinet.
Thank you. 那么您在从政当中期间你也为人民和国家做了很多事情。那么您在这个过程当中，我们发现您对慈善事业特别的关注，而且您也身体力行的去做了一些事情。在慈善方面，比如说支持这个阿弥陀佛关怀中心在赖索托的设立和它的发展。所以我想请您谈谈，您觉得就是您把这个支持阿弥陀佛关怀中心进来赖索托以后，对赖索托这个国家和人民的生活产生了一些什么样的影响，特别是在文化方面。
So she wanted to ask, as you have been in the politics, but then you also do a lot of charities, especially supporting ACC, coming to Lesotho, and from here, what do you think? Will this make any changes to the society of Lesotho, and let's say overall?
Just before I answer that question directly, it would interest you to know that when I was Minister of Education, I actually visited Singapore. Yes, in 1994, 95, around there. That's when, through UNESCO, yes, I visited your great country, and to see a well-developed education system. The UNESCO representative took us to 3 countries. A least developed country, which was Bangladesh. Then we also went to Pakistan, and then to a very well-developed country, Singapore, to have a good sense of how the 3 countries have developed their education system. And I was very much impressed by what I saw in Singapore. Because we went into a classroom at primary school and all the pupils had a computer in front of them. At primary school, that was most impressive indeed, yes. And so I've always had a very good impression of your great country and how it has advanced in education. Now, coming back to your question about what else I have done. In politics, I did not only end up being a Minister of Education and Training, I also became Deputy Prime Minister, and then in '98, I became Prime Minister for the first time in 1998. And I was Prime Minister for 16 years, yes, four different terms, yes, because every time when the elections were due, I made sure that the country went for general elections. First in '98, then 2002, then 2007, then 2012. See? Yes, and those are the years in which I was Prime Minister up to 2012. Yes, 4 terms, 16 years in all as Prime Minister.
Okay, thank you.
And it was during that time as Prime Minister that I met Master Hoili. In one of my travels, I met Master Hoili, and he told me that he was going to build an orphanage, a care center in Swaziland, now Eswatini. So got interested in this project of his, and then asked him to come to Lesotho to build a center here, because I thought it was a very good thing that he was doing. And indeed, I managed to persuade him to come to Lesotho before Swaziland. And His Majesty, the King of Swaziland, was not very happy with me for snatching that opportunity from his country to mine. But after building here, Master Hoili went to build a big center in Swaziland. So the king is now happy in Swaziland because he's got his center. And indeed, the Amitofa Care Center is a very important institution that caters for children who are orphaned, and they would have no proper care, no proper upbringing, no education because of having no parents. So the center serves a very important function of giving those boys and girls an opportunity, a chance in life, yes, to get a good education, to be properly brought up, and so it's a wonderful institution for which I'm very grateful that I had a hand in bringing the center to Lesotho.
Thank you. 那么，您既是学者，又是政治家，我们也了解到您非常关心艺术，对园林、对哲学、美术都非常有兴趣。那么，也想请您谈谈您对生命、对自然、对文化的理解。那么，您认为这个慈善这样的一个文化，那么对我们人的心灵和生命有一些什么样的影响？包括大自然的改变。
So she's asking, for you who have been an instructor and now as a politician, at the same time you're interested in arts and charity, like charitable organizations, she wants to ask, especially towards the nature, what does this doing charity, the heart to do the kindness, to help people, to do more charities, how does it help to affect the nature as well as the people, whether in any way that you can think of?
I think for me, both from my profession as a teacher and then as a politician, a minister of education, and then prime minister, in all those roles, the most important thing was service to the people. Yes. And so it was not difficult for me, really, to move from teaching to politics, because both of those professions have a common goal of uplifting the people, yes, especially the youth, yes, giving them an opportunity in life through education. And from the time I was Minister of Education to when I was Prime Minister, my passion was mainly in education. So we built many schools and improved the working conditions for the teachers, and also abolished school fees at primary school, so that every boy and girl could get an opportunity to go to school, whether his or her parents had the means. For me, education was the most important instrument to improve the lives of the people.
Thank you. 那么在今天这个美好的时刻，您想不想跟我们的观众朋友说几句您自己想说的话？
So this we are going to the last question. Do you have anything to say to the viewers, like from your experience of doing like charity, as well as any tips, advices to the people, to the viewers here?
I think all I could say is really take the opportunity to express as an individual and as a leader in this country, to express our deepest gratitude to Master Hoeli for establishing this center in Lesotho, because many children have a future now because of this center. And also to say that we are indeed very highly honored that different volunteers from different countries come to the center to offer their services voluntarily and free of charge. For instance, today we have a medical team from Singapore, medical doctors and other technical staff that have come through this center, that have come to Lesotho to give freely of their expertise, of their knowledge, their skills as medical doctors. And that's for me, that's the cherry on top. That this center does not only cater for the kids here, but offers charity to the villages around here. And now they have brought this team of doctors and other technical people in the field of medicine to come and offer their services to our people in Lesotho. That is one of the most important functions that this center is doing for our people. And I'm very grateful for this team of doctors that have come to offer their services to Lesotho. It's a great honor, and we cannot thank them enough.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
谢谢您，非常感谢啊！今天您也接受了我们的访问，再一次感谢您，感谢总统阁下。
Taking your time out from your busy schedule to come here and accept this interview from us. Thank you
You're
so much.
most welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
没有散步能改变，没有万物能实现。我站在未来正期限，带着迎接每个考验。海阔天空是我的地图，向前向前新纪录。看眼天，带着我去征服。人生上面也等待着灿烂的日出。